Okay, for those that might not know me, my name is Sammy and I am a Canadian working in the States as an au pair. I've been an au pair since September 2021 and it's now May 2023, and I've had a lot of girls that are looking to get into au pairing message me and ask how I got into it and what it's like. And so basically I just wanted to create a video. I hope it can help someone that wants to become an au pair, give them insight into what it's like and how to get into it. And so on my Instagram, I asked for people to ask me any questions that they may have, and I'm just gonna pull it up and answer them kind of just organically in a Q&A style video all about au pairing. And if anyone has more questions about the program, I could do a part 2 of this, but I just thought it'd be easy to pull up the questions, just answer them. What's the hardest part of being an au pair? That would definitely be moving somewhere where you don't know anyone and leaving all your friends behind and needing to make all new friends. The hardest part is making new friends, and it's also living in someone else's home. Now, a lot of people get into au pairing after high school, and so they've lived with their parents most likely their whole upbringing, and then they just go straight from high school to au pairing. And if that's the case for you, that's great. But for me, I did it the year after I graduated university, going from living on my own in an apartment for 4 years throughout university to living in like a family style home space again. Just not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but and depending on your host family, like my host family is really cool with me having friends over and family to visit, all that stuff. But again, it's just not your home, it's not your space, so that would definitely be something. Well, you just have to adjust to being in someone else's home. Even if you're going out, just be mindful what time you're coming home or how loud you're going to be when you're coming home and that type of thing. But then going back into the other difficult part, making new friends. I didn't know anyone in New York. How I met my friends, I got lucky because my host mom was friends with another host mom in our neighborhood, and they were chatting about what their au pairs are like, and we need to link up, set up our au pairs, they'd definitely be friends. And that was my girlfriend Stina, who is a Swedish au pair au pairing in my neighborhood, and we became besties right away. The au pair program, they have like little au pair meetups for you to meet the other au pairs, and I went to one when I first came, and I definitely gave it a shot, and I hung out with some girls, and actually one guy, there was a bro pair I became friends with. You can go to the au pair meetups to try to meet new people, and it might work, it might not work, but you just hang in. You will make new friends totally, as long as you're putting yourself out there and willing to make new friends. But I feel like most people that sign up to au pair are doing it for the experience, so you're more than likely willing to meet new people. I definitely hung out with some people that were great people, so nice, and I didn't necessarily vibe with them completely, and that's fine. But then Stina came into my life shortly after I went to one of those au pair meetups, and she wasn't at it. But then she came into my life, and she had other friends she introduced me to, and then my little friendship circle of au pairs kind of spiraled from there. My last piece of advice would be doing the things you enjoy doing will attract like-minded people. Just reach out to people that you might find online in like a Facebook group or on Instagram that live wherever you're moving to. It was definitely a scary thing to leave all your friends behind and move somewhere where you don't have like a close-knit circle of people that you grew up with or have been friends with for a while, and you just really need to put yourself out there and be willing and open to meeting new people. What's your favorite trip you went on as an au pair? I went to Disney World and Universal. They're paying for everything for you, obviously. It's really fun to go to places like Disney World that I probably wouldn't go out of my way to go to on my own. But it was really fun to feel like a kid again and go on all the fun rides and stuff at Disney World. But in terms of vacations, some families will take you on vacation and some will give you that time off while they go on vacation as a family. Or it just really depends if they need your help or not. I've gone on some vacations and then I've also had that time off to travel on my own. It's really situational to each family. What is the registration process like? You have to apply to become an au pair just like any other job. You need childcare experience and references. You might get an interview, and if you get an interview and get accepted to the program, you're then put on this matchmaking site. It reminds me of Tinder. So basically, host families can view your profile, and if they like you, they'll match with you, and then you can then view their profile. And if you're like, oh, that seems like an awesome family, you can then choose to FaceTime with them or email them, whatever, get in contact and talk, and there's no pressure. So if you FaceTime a couple times and you're unsure, you're still able to talk to the other families that match with you. My advice would be to stay on the platform as long as you want, because there's gonna be families from all over the states reaching out to you, and there's some really cool families that use this. Just know before you get on that platform what age of kids, what gender you prefer working with. What specific states are you looking for? Are you looking for a family that needs a lot of help, that just needs a little bit of help? You should just kind of have an idea of that in your head. I would recommend chatting with multiple families before making your decision. It was between this New York family and one in California, and for me, like, those two states were awesome and there was no losing. So then it just came down to the age of the kids and what my role in their family life would be like. But it's pretty standard, just like any other job. So how did you meet the family you're au pairing for? So just like I said, they matched with me, I chatted with them, we FaceTimed a couple times, and then I made my decision. And there's a couple of what website. It's called Au Pair in America, but I'm going to leave all that information in the description. Do you work 24/7 or do you get days off? This is a very situational question. Personally, I don't work 24/7. I definitely have some friends that work a lot more than I do. To give you an idea of what a day would be like, so you're probably gonna wake up early and make the kids breakfast, get them ready for school, drive them to school. I pack my kids' lunch. You're doing the morning. So I start my day by doing that. And then once the kids are at school, you'll have that off typically. And then after school, you'll probably have to pick them up, shuffle them to sports activities, again, depending on the family and what the kids do. And typically in the evenings, I'd say you're off decently early, and then that's basically like Monday to Friday. And then a lot of au pairs have weekends off. I always have weekends off. Some have to work some weekends. So again, it's super situational. In terms of like duties and like what else you have to do, in my situation, I do my kids' laundry, but you'll never have to do the parents' laundry. Like, that's, I think, against the au pair rules, but I do my laundry and my host kids' laundry, and I help with cooking sometimes, not all the time. I also go grocery shopping for the family. Yeah, that's what I do. But no, it's not 24/7. It's supposed to be a cultural exchange, if you will. So you're supposed to have time off to go explore. Did you use Au Pair World? I can't find American families to pick from there. No, I used Au Pair in America, which is exclusive to American families. What type of visa are you on, and does the program take care of it? When you're an au pair, what's actually so nice is Au Pair in America takes care of the whole visa process, which can be a headache. You're on what's called a J1 student visa. You're actually a student while you're here. So the program requires you to take X amount of credits from a college institution while you're here, and it's really not, it doesn't run that deep, it's not that intense. The courses that you can pick from are pretty easy, and I'll leave in the description the courses I signed up to do. I already have a degree in nutrition, so I thought it'd be fun to take some courses in other fields and just kind of learn about things I'm interested in but don't necessarily have a lot of education in. And your host family pays for the schooling, by the way. So I did a fashion business management course, a digital marketing course, a photography course, and I think that's it. And then the J1 is a year-long visa, and then you can extend it for up to 6, 9, or 12 months, but that's like the capacity of this visa. So I initially came here thinking I would only do it for 1 year, and then I ended up extending for 2. So I'm on the J1. I'll be on it for the full 2 years that's possible to be on it. There's just a small few things you'll learn along the way that are annoying, like whenever you leave the country, you cannot forget your visa paperwork because you need it to get back in. And there's this rule with the visa that in your first year here, you can go anywhere you want in the world to travel. I went to Europe last year when I had some time off to travel, which was awesome. But then on your extension year of the visa, so the second year of the visa, you're not allowed to leave North America, which I'm lucky because I'm Canadian, so I've been able to go home this year for Christmas and stuff, no problem, because it's North America. But it's just like a rule with the visa that we're on that I find a little bit bizarre and bums me out, because my older sister is living in Australia right now and I can't go visit her because my visa won't allow me to leave North America. So there's like little things like that that's kind of annoying, but at the end of the day, they take care of the whole visa process. So that takes a lot off your plate. How do you meet friends to go out with? I think that's basically the same thing I answered earlier, and just like meeting new friends. If you like going out and clubbing and partying, maybe reach out to like a promoter, go out with them, and then you'll meet some girls that like doing the same thing. What are you doing when you're done being an au pair? I actually loved my experience here in the States so much, which is so funny because I did not think I would stay for 2 years doing this, but I actually found a job and I'm going to stay in the US next year, get a new visa and start a new position marketing for real estate, a real estate and title insurance company here in New York that's based out of Long Island. You never know what's gonna happen when you go au pair somewhere. You might end up falling in love with the place and staying, like me. I feel like there's a lot more I could cover, but that was the gist of the questions I got on Instagram. Oh, I'll answer one more. So, was the pay enough to live off of, or do you have to save a lot? So that's actually a good question. The au pair program has a minimum amount each family is required to pay you per week, and they have to pay you that every week no matter what. It's like a set amount. It's not that much. It's enough, like you're getting paid, but it's not a lot of money. So I would say you should save coming into the program, and when you open your American bank account when you get here, just do a little wire transfer and send a bunch of money to your new American account when you get here. But with that being said, each family and each scenario is so unique. Certain families might pay you the minimum, but other families might pay you a lot more than the minimum. So it just is very situational. I've had friends get paid a lot, the minimum, somewhere in between. So like, again, it's super situational on the family, and how much help they need will reflect how much they pay you. The nice thing about au pairing is that you're living rent-free, right? Like you live in the family's home, so you never have to worry about not making your rent because you're living rent-free. Your groceries are provided more often than not. A car is also provided for you. So you have a lot going for you, and the money that you get is basically your spending money. My host mom even pays for my phone bill, so I literally have no expenses except for like what I want to do. That's all the questions I'm going to answer today. If anyone has any other questions, feel free to comment them or message me on Instagram, and feel free to ask. But yeah, I hope this was helpful to anyone that is looking to becoming an au pair. I do think it's a really amazing experience. I've had a great time, and I wouldn't change my experience for the world. So if you're thinking about doing it, I would definitely dive into it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.